Since its inception, the Shimano e-mountain bike has delivered the most natural ride quality available with an added boost, allowing riders of all kinds to explore and experience the world around us. Fast forward to now, and e-MTB racing has emerged and quickly elevated to the global stage with the Enduro World Series for e-MTB. The EWS-E brings unique formats that challenge both rider and bike in the world's most difficult terrain. With a history rich in racing development, Shimano is now focused on a new challenge: to reach the pinnacle of the sport and unlock the future for all e-MTB riders alike. The collective knowledge gained from the successes and failures at the top level of racing will lay the foundation for crafting the most advanced e-bike system available with the Yeti Shimano EP racing team. After countless communications through video meetings and emails, the group finally got to meet face to face at the Big Mountain Enduro in Ironton, Missouri. With the first round of the EWS-E just a few weeks away, this race will kick off the testing process in preparation for the world stage.
Another EP1. Oh yeah.
So let's have a couple introductions, just name and the team name.
Hi, I'm Mick Hannah, ride for Yeti Shimano EP Racing. Yeah, I've just finished racing World Cup downhill for 20 years. I've been excited about e-bikes over the last few years, and I've got this opportunity now to be a part of the growth of the sport and exploring what's possible.
My name's Damian Smith, and I manage the Yeti Shimano EP race team. I oversee all Yeti's racing efforts, especially with the new EP race team.
How are you? Pretty good.
My name is Nick Murdoch. I'm the mountain bike product manager at Shimano North America. A big part of my job is acting as that go between the racers and the engineers and figuring out how to actually improve the product based on the feedback and then monitor what our success has been.
Link glide system is robust enough that I can do automatic shifting with the Di2 dura-ace and the steps to drag it. You've been good at TBS.
I'm sure. Oh yeah, I saw pictures of Nathan Riddick.
Yeah, no, that's by like 30 seconds. That's happy rock. And that's fun. Yeah, there's a lot of learning going on here.
What do you need to know?
I'm Joe Lawwell from Shimano North America headquarters in Irvine, California.
So I've been working with Shimano for a little over 10 years. My main focus is working with the sponsored athletes. That includes downhillers, cross-country racers, enduro racers, and now recently, E-Bike Enduro.
You haven't really got to ride this drivetrain, have you?
No. When I first went to Yeti and tested the e-bike, Rocket had one on his bike, and I rode in your real life prototype 2 minutes or something. And then just what you saw me do just now.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all my top.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how much better this is, because it's a lot thicker, a lot more material.
And the shifting's a lot smoother too, so you're not getting that damage. Because that's something that's interesting on here. Sometimes you can back off the power soon enough to shift smoothly, but sometimes you just have to shift. And if you're in boost, then you have to shift. And
You ever find a situation where you might want to shift without pedaling?
Oh, always. That's the dream.
Yeah?
The Honda downhill bike, that was my favorite thing about the Honda downhill bike.
Yeah, then I don't know how much you know about what's coming, but
Nick was just talking about
automatic shifting would be interesting if for a race situation that you would really want that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, we don't know. But the free shift, I think, is going to come in handy.
I've thought a lot about having automatic shifting over the years, like being in the right gear all the time.
Quite a few things to test this season.
Yeah. And learn a new sport.
Do that.
松田博です。株式会社シマノで8年間エンジニアで働いています。My role of this project is to develop the product with EWS team. This project is totally new for me. It is my first time to join the race team or developing outside of Shimano.
So that data logging bike had a computer that would hook up to the drive unit so it could record what was going on with the algorithms inside the drive unit. So there's a lot behind the scenes of things that we're investing in, making, inventing that never really see the public eye because they were just means to an end, right? Like they weren't to actually make a product, they were to make the thing that makes the product.
There's so much more that the e-bike can do. Just in the last few years, the progression is so dramatic, but I still feel like we're really only at the beginning and there's so much more potential. Having an actual development team where we're racing these bikes and learning is going to be by far the fastest way to get to the next level.
Getting that drive unit information in combination with his torque and cadence that are coming into the system just takes that level of data one step further in terms of its value, right? That's kind of the cool thing about it is that in some cases we know exactly what we're looking for, and in other cases we don't know what we're looking for yet. So you kind of just start digging into the data and go, oh, that was an interesting little blip right there. The first thing that we were anxious to start recording was just data from somebody that pushes the bike that hard. Mick was happy to take it a step further. You know, we were supposed to be done with our data acquisition after just a couple of climbs, and he said, would it be helpful if I just used the data logging bike for all of practice? And we were like, yeah, of course that would be. So he rode every stage with the data logging bike in Missouri and gave us a ton of good data that we didn't even know what we were going to use it for at the beginning.
I have quite a bit of experience with testing and development with different brands, and I've taken the time to really try and develop those skills. And a big part of this program that I'm really excited about is getting to work with the specific engineers that are developing the new drivetrain and working on drive units, and really with the goal to achieve the highest performing race bike possible is really cool.
Yeti debuting their new e-bike out here this weekend. Mick Hannah, speaking of the new Yeti e-bike, Mick Hannah, come on up, sit Mick in the house. How you doing this morning?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw him.
Debuting on that new Yeti e-bike. No surprise, he came out on the top spot. Hands together for your champion, Mick Hannah, and your podium out here for the men's e-bike open category.
Ironton was a good start, and everybody's excited to get to the world stage in just a few short weeks for round one of the Enduro World Series in Tweed Valley, Scotland. Mick will also get his first chance to join his teammate Keegan Wright, who was unable to make the Ironton event. Join us for episode 2.